There are some lives that change the world. And then there are lives that change quietly until one day they become something far greater than anyone expected. In the novel Mother, Maxim Gorky tells the story of a woman who begins as ordinary as anyone else, fearful, uncertain, and shaped by hardships. She lives a life defined by survival, not by purpose. Her days are quiet, her expectations small, and her world limited. But change does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it begins with a single influencer son. At first, she does not fully understand him. His ideas feel distant, even dangerous. He speaks of change, of injustice, of a world that could be different. To her, these are not just ideas, they are risks. Risks that could destroy the fragile stability of her life. And so she watches, quietly and cautiously. But something begins to shift. Not suddenly, but slowly. She begins to listen. She begins to observe. And most importantly, she begins to question. For the first time, the world she once accepted without doubt starts to feel incomplete. The fear that once kept her silent begins to weaken, replaced by something and with awareness comes change. The woman who once lived only to endure now begins to act. At first, in small ways, supporting, helping, standing just slightly closer to the line she once refused to cross. But every step forward changes her, because courage is something they grow into, and often it grows in the presence of something stronger than fear belief. As the story unfolds, her transformation becomes undeniable. She is no longer just a mother protecting her child. She becomes part of something larger, a movement, an idea. And yet, what makes her journey so powerful is not the scale of what she joins, but the depth of how she changes. She does not become fearless. She becomes someone who acts despite fear. And that is far more powerful, because it reflects the truth that Gorky understood deeply, that ordinary people are capable of extraordinary transformation. Not because they are different, but because something within them awakens. And once it awakens, it cannot easily return to sleep. Mother is not just a story about politics or revolution. It is a story about awakening, about how a person can begin to imagine what could be. If you find stories like this, meaningful stories about change, courage, and hidden strength, consider subscribing to Literature Literally. Because sometimes the most powerful stories are not about heroes. They are about people who never thought they could become one.